米大リーグ開幕前日となった日本時間3月26日、米メディア ESPN-MLB にピッチング忍者で知られる野球解説者ロブ・フリードマン氏が出演しました。そこではオープン戦最終日に4回11奪三振と圧巻の奪三振ショーを見せたドジャース大谷翔平投手について語りました。フリードマン氏は大谷選手について、この男は他の MLB 選手とは別次元にいるってことを忘れちゃいけないですよねと大絶賛のコメントをしていました。またソフトボール選手でもあり MLB 解説を務めるジェシカ・メンドーサ氏も大谷選手について熱く語る場面も。ここからはその様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
All right, we're going to do this like Michael Jordan Space Jam like. If you had to pick one pitcher to save the planet, who would you pick to pitch that game?
So this is a tough question because if we're talking one inning, I'm going with Mason Miller.
Sure.
If we're talking a whole game and it's against humans, I'm probably going Paul Skeens or Yamamoto if we have short rest.
Wow.
But
okay.
If we're pitching against aliens, I'm going Shohei Ohtani because I am not convinced he is human.
Yeah, I saw you had the caption on your video that you posted from him last night. You and I are talking on Wednesday morning, and on Tuesday night, he struck out 11 guys.
In 4 innings. And I am not so I saw him in the Tokyo Dome and I saw him take BP and I sat in the upper deck and there were balls flying over my head. And I was like, I've never seen anything like that. And then you see him pitch. And I think we can never lose sight of the fact that this guy is on another plane from the rest of the MLB guys. He is way up here. And I know we love to tear people down or somehow get bored with their excellence. Never get numb to this guy. It is absolutely crazy to watch a dude strike out 11 dudes in 4 innings in MLB baseball.
Yeah, you feel like a hyperbole king when you say he's the greatest player who ever played. I don't even think it's a question. Like I've actually, when I've done some radio stuff, I've gotten pushback or people like, really? You think he's better than Babe Ruth or whatever name they might throw out there? I'm like, yeah, and it's not even close. It's not even a conversation. He obviously is doing what he's doing as a hitter. And he's talking in spring training about maybe winning a Cy Young Award. And I got to say, when I heard that, I was like, nah, that's stupid. He can't win one. He needs the extra rest. He's not going to pitch the 32 games typically the way a schoolboy does. But then the more that I think about it, and the more, I see video like yours from his outing on Tuesday night, I kind of wonder if he might be able to do it.
Does he not have, he has the stuff to be a Cy Young Award winner. I don't think there's any doubt, inning for inning. The question is how many innings he pitches. And if he gets there, there's a chance he can get close to the number. And if he puts up enough, good enough stats, I think you got to strongly consider him. Obviously, Skeens is, I love Paul Skeens. I think Paul Skeens is kind of a lot of what's right with pitching. He does things the right way. He carries himself the right way. But Shohei is absolute freak.
Yeah, he is. And to your point, let's say he makes 26 starts this year. If he goes 6 innings per start, which I think would probably be on the high end for what, because the Dodgers' message to their pitchers is just go out and throw the shit out of the ball for as long as you can, and then we'll come and get you when your stuff goes down, regresses. Let's say he gets 156 innings. He wouldn't qualify for the ERA title. And I would be curious to see how voters feel about that when they, cast their vote for that award.
The greatest show in sports on the mound. Get me Jess Mendoza, because I want to watch Shohei Ohtani pitching in his spring training finale yesterday, and he was just filthy immediately.
I mean, if you're into 11 Ks through 4 innings, just making a statement. Shohei showing exactly what he wants to do this season. His first full season pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
That one you just saw a moment ago was Mike Trout. So we had back-to-back Ks to start the day. Now he's going to strike out the side in the 2nd inning. They just couldn't figure out anything with him last night, Jazz.
Well, especially because you saw the fastball velocity hitting over 100 miles an hour at the top of the zone. And, of course, you're going to see the offspeed at the bottom of the zone. I mean, his location was precise. Obviously, him being able to play in the WBC helped lead him to be in the spring training moment.
Ohtani striking out 6 in a row through the second and the third. We go to the fourth. He's already recorded his 9th strikeout, and here comes a curveball. Look at that.
Breaking ball. That's the thing, is all pitches were working, and he has been absolutely dominant through his spring training start.
11 strikeouts for Ohtani in his spring training finale. The Angels win at 3-0. It's a thrill to have Jess back here. Season starts in earnest today. Something, as one who has followed the sport for 50 years, I never thought I'd hear myself say. Shohei Ohtani is an odds-on favorite to win the MVP entering this season. Odds-on favorite before a season begins in baseball. Would you take him or the field right now?
Without a doubt, him. I mean, Greeny, how do you not? And honestly, what's crazy about Shohei Ohtani is every year he wants to do something that no one has ever done, right? And I think this year, his goal is 50 home runs and 200 Ks. I mean, this is mind-blowing, but think about it. He has done both in a season, just not together. He has hit 50 home runs. He's had over 200 strikeouts. Can you imagine? Yes, in a lot of ways we can, but Shohei Ohtani could do that this year to not only get another MVP, and by the way, that's 5, that's 4 in a row. I mean, unbelievable, but he also could contend for the Cy Young. We saw how dirty his stuff was in the highlights we just saw.
Please let him stay healthy. I don't even like putting it into the atmosphere, but this is as special a thing as we've seen in sports, and as long as I can remember right now, between watching him and Victor Wembanyama as a sports fan, I'm delirious. Now, the Dodgers, they've won back-to-back World Series. They added a lot more this offseason. They are prohibitive favorites. In the National League, which team do you think gives them the toughest fight? Who could knock them off?
Philadelphia Phillies. And I don't think just the National League. I think, honestly, in all of baseball, because I think if the Dodgers are to not win a World Series, it's going to happen before they get to the World Series. And it'd be the Phillies are the top contending team. I thought this way last postseason. They went in and ended up beating the Phillies. But you look at this lineup again. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner. What I get the most excited about is their pitching staff, though. Their starting rotation, when healthy, always the biggest if, right? Jesus Luzardo, what they've been able to get him back in the mix. Christopher Sanchez, are you kidding me? The filth that he throws is absolutely ridiculous. And then they're getting Zach Wheeler back. I mean, this is an exciting Phillies team people forget about, but within the National League, they can contend.
All right, so I want to go back to the Dodgers here because their payroll, people are going to talk about it a lot, and understandably so. I remember when people talked about the Yankee payroll all the time. The Dodger payroll is going to run something in the neighborhood of $400 million. They've become the new evil empire, if you will. In your view, as one who knows the sport better than anyone and loves the sport as much as anyone I know, do you think that this factor, the Dodgers of it all, is good or bad for the sport?
I think it's great. All caps great. And the reason I say this is because people are paying attention. There's been a lull. And when you talk about the Yankees that you referenced, you look at early 2000s, this was at a peak when people were dialing in because they hated the Yankees. They wanted to hate them. People hate the Dodgers, but they're watching. They want to see them fail. They know the star power that this team has built. I mean, every big name in the sport is playing for this team. So it only helps get eyeballs. But I do have to say, if we are going to complain about what's going to come, if they want a cap, if they want to be able to limit teams like this that are playing within the rules, you also have to have a bottom. You got to talk up to the teams that are under 100 million and say, what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's a reason there's disparity, Greeny, and there's a reason your team, those fans that hate the Dodgers, call your owners because they have to be able to step up and start paying their players.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。